Imagine this, you're Rockstar Games. You've built one of the most legendary franchises in gaming history. GTA 5 made over $8 billion. That's the reported budget for GTA 6. $2 billion. To put that into perspective, that's more than the budgets of Avatar, Endgame, and The Last of Us combined. And here's the thing, we still don't really know what they spent it on. There's no release date, no confirmed gameplay, just leaks, speculation, and silence from Rockstar. So the question is, where did the money go? This is not just a deep dive into Rockstar's biggest gamble. This is the untold story behind the most expensive video game ever made. We'll break down every dollar, from tech to talent, marketing to mayhem, and some suspicious theories you won't believe. Because when you hear $2 billion, you expect the game to cure cancer and toast your bagel at the same time. But trust me, some of this budget? It's going to things you'd never expect. Let's start from the top. Why the hell does GTA 6 cost $2 billion in the first place? First, let's clear one thing up. This isn't just about making a big game, this is about making history. Rockstar doesn't just develop games, they orchestrate global events. Every GTA release breaks the internet, and they know it. So GTA 6 isn't just a game, it's a blockbuster, a cultural bomb waiting to drop. And that means they need to deliver the most immersive, mind-blowing, seamless open world we've ever seen. And building that kind of world, it's not cheap. Sources say Rockstar has been working on GTA 6 since at least 2014. That's over a decade of development, hundreds of developers, and a constantly evolving tech pipeline. So here's what you need to understand. A massive chunk of that $2 billion budget? It's not about what we'll see, it's about what we'll feel. The invisible systems, the advanced physics, the world where every NPC has a schedule, every store has a backroom, and every street has a story. Rockstar isn't just making a game, they're building a world so real, you might need a passport. But now, it's time to follow the money. According to leaks and industry insiders, at least half, around $1 billion, is being poured directly into development. And when you hear what they're building, it makes sense. Sort of. First up, the map. This isn't just Vice City. No, this is Vice City and beyond. We're talking about a massive, multi-city open world, with highways, swamps, small towns, even a Caribbean island that might require a virtual plane ride. This map fully explorable. Every NPC? Rumored to have routine-based AI, meaning they live lives, follow schedules, and react dynamically. Imagine you follow a bartender home. She doesn't vanish after her shift. She actually goes home, watches TV, maybe argues with her partner, and sleeps. That's not just coding. That's simulated human behavior. Something that supports real-time weather shifts, hyper-realistic lighting, ray tracing, dynamic reflections, and crowd physics that feel alive. We're talking Red Dead 2 immersion, but in a neon-soaked urban sprawl with speeding cars, chaotic pedestrians, and bullet-riddled glass windows that shatter differently depending on the caliber. That doesn't just cost money, it devours it. Then there's voice acting and mocap. GTA 6 isn't hiring random voice actors from Craigslist. They've allegedly brought in professional Hollywood-level talent, including actors doing full performance capture, meaning face, body, and voice, all at once. That's the kind of production you'd expect on HBO. And Rockstar's doing it at video game scale. For hundreds of characters. They even hired dialect coaches to make sure characters speak like real locals, with proper Southern slang, Cuban Spanish blends, and regional Florida accents. That's insane. And still, this is just one half of the budget. Because the other billion? That's where things get even messier. Coming up in part 3, we'll look at where Rockstar is spending the rest of that fortune. Marketing, legal, tech partnerships, and maybe even damage control after one of the biggest leaks in gaming history. Trust me, you haven't heard the juiciest parts yet. We've accounted for about $1 billion of GTA 6's enormous budget, all poured into building the most detailed open world in gaming history. But that leaves a second billion. $1 billion that, on paper, isn't going into the game directly. So where's it going? Well, let's talk about marketing. Rockstar isn't exactly known for subtlety. GTA 5 had a marketing budget estimated at $150 to $200 million. with everything from massive billboard takeovers to cinematic launch trailers playing during NFL games. For GTA 6, the stakes are higher, and so is the spend. Sources claim Rockstar is allocating upwards of $250 million just for global marketing. And we're not just talking YouTube ads and TikToks. We're talking international rollouts, interactive websites, limited edition merch, maybe even Super Bowl spots. But here's the wild part. They haven't even started official marketing yet. All the hype, the leaks, the speculation, it's all unofficial. Which brings us to the next huge expense, damage control. Remember the 2022 GTA 6 mega leak? Over 90 video files, dozens of lines of code, gameplay systems, debug footage, all leaked by a hacker who claimed to be just 17 years old. Rockstar called it a network intrusion, but what followed was far more than a PR crisis. Security audits, legal investigations, internal restructuring. Rumors even suggest they had to delay major systems just to rebuild their security pipeline from scratch. And all that costs money. Lawyers, crisis consultants, cybersecurity teams, NDA enforcement. Some insiders say that leak alone cost Rockstar tens of millions in internal setbacks. Now add in new hiring waves as Rockstar attempts to avoid burnout and bring in fresh developers. Not cheap in today's market. Especially not when you're hiring senior engineers, AI specialists, and real-world consultants for realism. But here's something even juicier. There are whispers that Rockstar has invested a portion of their budget into emerging tech partnerships, including tools for cloud streaming, AI voice generation, and even experimental NPC behavior modeling. Meaning, part of that $2 billion might be going into tech that doesn't even fully exist yet, or is still in beta. Now, that's either visionary or reckless. And let's not forget about licensing costs. If GTA 6 includes a massive radio soundtrack, like GTA 5 did, Rockstar could be shelling out millions for music rights alone. Especially if they're going after big names again. Dr. Dre, Kanye, Taylor Swift? Who knows? All of this adds up to a very simple truth. Rockstar isn't just making a game. They're making a media empire and betting their entire legacy on one project. But not everyone inside Rockstar agrees on how it's going. In Part 4, we dig into the controversy. Internal conflict, employee burnout, cancelled features, and whether Rockstar is flying too close to the sun. Because when $2 billion is on the line, things can get messy fast. From the outside, Rockstar looks untouchable, a studio printing money with every release. But behind closed doors, it's a different story. Sources from inside the company paint a picture that's less like a dream job, and more like a pressure cooker. Because when you're working on a $2 billion game, the expectations are superhuman. Every system has to be revolutionary. Every detail flawless. And every delay? A headline. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Game development at this scale is brutal. Let's talk about crunch. Rockstar has a history. During Red Dead Redemption 2, developers reported working 80 to 100-hour weeks. Some slept at the office. Others burned out completely. After public backlash, Rockstar promised change. No more crunch, more flexible work culture. But insiders say GTA 6 hasn't been smooth sailing. The pressure to deliver something groundbreaking? It hasn't gone away. In fact, some say it's worse now, because the stakes have never been higher. There have been multiple reports of feature cuts, complete redesigns, and even creative disagreements between Rockstar offices in New York, San Diego, and London. Some early systems, like advanced environmental destruction or an evolving criminal economy, were reportedly scaled down or shelved entirely due to time and technical constraints. Imagine spending 3 years building a feature and having it scrapped for scope. And then there's the problem of vision. GTA 6 has to be edgy, but also safe. Modern, but nostalgic. Vast, but polished. It's a constant tightrope walk between fan expectations, internal standards, and corporate risk aversion. At one point, some devs wanted 3 playable protagonists again, like GTA 5. Others pushed for just one strong lead character to focus the story. Eventually, leaks confirmed we'd get a duo, Jason and Lucia. But not before months of internal debate, rewrites, and testing. Now add in the political pressure. We live in a different world than we did in 2013. GTA's trademark humor, dark, offensive, chaotic, doesn't land the same way anymore. And Rockstar knows that. That's why some reports suggest that GTA 6 has undergone multiple rewrites, tone adjustments, and even content removals to avoid backlash. So yeah, they're trying to make a statement, without becoming a headline themselves. It's a nearly impossible task. And some devs have already left the project, citing burnout and direction fatigue. So if you're wondering why GTA 6 is taking so long, this is why. It's not just hard to build something revolutionary. It's hard to do it under a microscope, with $2 billion and millions of fans breathing down your neck. But the real question isn't how long it takes. It's whether all this effort will actually pay off. In Part 5, the final part, we're going to explore the endgame. Will GTA 6 live up to the hype? Or will it become the most expensive cautionary tale in gaming history? The most advanced open-world AI ever created. Features 2 playable characters with full voice acting, motion capture, and storyline arcs. Spans multiple cities, counties, maybe even countries. Has realistic weather, traffic, crime systems, and real-time economy simulation. Works flawlessly on both next-gen consoles and, eventually, PC. Pushes boundaries without crossing the line in a world that's more sensitive than ever. And still somehow feels like the chaotic, offensive, wild Grand Theft Auto we all grew up on. That's not a video game. That's a miracle waiting to fall apart. And here's the kicker. Even if Rockstar nails it, even if GTA 6 is the greatest game ever made, there's no guarantee the internet will love it. Gamers are harsher than ever. A single bug, a bad tweet, or a missing feature, and suddenly $2 billion becomes the punchline of a meme. But if there's one studio crazy enough, obsessed enough, to pull it off, it's Rockstar. They've done it before. GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 5, Red Dead 2. Each one defined a generation. Changed the industry. Set the bar higher. So maybe GTA 6 really is worth the wait. Maybe it will be a masterpiece that lives up to the myth. Or maybe, just maybe, it will remind us that no matter how much money you throw at a game, some expectations are too big to satisfy. One thing's for sure. This isn't just a launch. It's a gamble. And the entire world is watching. So when GTA 6 finally drops, it won't just be a game release. It will be a moment. A reckoning. A $2 billion bet on the future of gaming. Now the only question is, will it pay off?